Hi guys, welcome back to another week with me, Desire, aka Thick Madame. So last week we talked about finding who we are and and our place in relationships. We're still on the relationships topic, and today a lot of people want me to talk about interracial relationships and basically if it's necessary to marry within your tribe, your culture, your race, if it's necessary to marry from the same country as you, and if not, what does that say, and does that have any implications on how you feel about yourself and your race and whatever. And I don't know, like, I didn't even know this was an issue. I mean, I know it is for like our parents and stuff, because for me, my mom actually had, I'll say she had, because I feel like now she's kind of like back down a bit. But growing up, I mean, I always said I was gonna marry a Nigerian. I'm Ghanaian, by the way. So I always said I was going to marry a Nigerian for whatever reason. And she hated the idea. Like, not because, like, living in London, for more than 20 years and stuff like that. She's got Nigerian friends. She works with Nigerian people and everything. But the thought of one of her children marrying Nigerian, like, she just wanted to flip. And her reasons wasn't really anything to do with like Nigerian people. It was just the fact that she just didn't want to travel to Nigeria to see her kids. But my point was, how do you know we're going to live in Nigeria when if I do get married and whatever. But my point is, there's this pressure on a lot of the, like, I'm Ghanaian, so I can only speak for the Ghanaian community, but there's a lot of, especially like my age group in London, that feel like they have to marry a Ghanaian to remain Ghanaian, or they have to basically do Ghanaian things. They have to go to all the funerals, they have to go to all the naming ceremonies, they have to do Ghanaian things to remain Ghanaian. But my point is, why? Because the thing is, we are going to be Ghanaian whether we want to change our accent, whether we want to tell people we're from Jamaica, whether we want to tell people, our ancestors were Indians. Listen, you're Ghanaian. The fact that you're Ghanaian, the fact that your parents are Ghanaians, a lot of us were born here, a lot of us were born, in Ghana and then brought up here when we were young, and, we grew up here. Whatever the case is, you are Ghanaian. Nobody can take that away from you. As much as you, like, some of us want to take that fact away from our lives, it's not going to go anywhere. And also, you go into a white school, you eating, like, going to, like, quote unquote, like, other events, and like, just broadening your horizons. You having white friends, you having Nigerian friends, you having Jamaican friends, you basically stepping out of that circle is not going to change the fact that you're Ghanaian. And you marrying outside of the Ghanaian community is not going to change the fact that you are Ghanaian. So I don't understand why this is even an issue. Like, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage, where somebody's from, to me, is not relevant. As long as the person is not a drug dealer, the person is not a murderer wanting to kill my family, as long as the person has potential, as long as the character of the person is good enough for me, as long as the person has integrity, as long as the person meets up to your standards and your requirements, what is the problem? Why should it matter what race the person is? Why should it matter what what family they're from? You're not marrying the family. You're not marrying, the job the person is doing. You're marrying the person. You're not marrying the race of the person. You're marrying the person. I take it back. you have to take into consideration what they do, because if they're like a contract killer, no, we don't want that, God forbid. Yeah, hey. And then also, a lot of people, you know, I know this thing is true for like people in America and stuff like that, about how a lot of black guys don't really want to date black girls, and yeah, for whatever dumb reasons they always give. Like, I feel like you must have some form of issues in your head if you want to downplay a whole race just because of an experience that you've had with one person. Like, a lot of them say, oh, black people are too loud, black girls are too materialistic, black girls are too this, black girls are too that. Just because your mom is probably like that, or your sisters are like that, it doesn't make me like that. It doesn't make you know, the black girls within your society, it doesn't make all of them like that. And the thing is, if I'm loud, there's a reason why I'm loud. I don't just wake up and, you know, like, just shout, or just I don't wake up angry. I don't wake up frustrated and, you know, hating the whole world for no reason. I'm not crazy. A lot of black girls, we're not crazy. So I don't understand why guys feel like it's okay to stereotype all of us. And a lot of the times we behave this way because of how you guys are treating us, because of how you guys are behaving. If you treat us like the queens that we are, if you treat us like the mothers that we are, if you treat us like the sisters that we are, why would there be a need for us to be acting crazy? Have you asked yourself that question? Oga? Have you asked yourself that question? I feel like these days, because of social media, everybody just feels like, you know, they can wake up and just throw a lot of nonsense out there just because people will click on it and listen. But the scariest part is these negative messages that, you know, these people are sending out is being picked up by quite a few people, and that's scary. That is actually scary, because now you've got a whole lot of, you know, like, white guys, Hispanic guys, you know, whatever, looking at black girls like, oh, she's black, oh, she might be loud, oh, like, because of what our own people are doing to us, you're now affecting the way other people look at us. You're like, before you come out and talk all that rubbish, just remember that when your sister steps into a place, the people there from other races are judging her by your words. Just remember, when your mom goes to work, when your mom steps into a store, like, you know, when your aunties, when your cousins, when your friends, and, you know, all of that, when they're walking down the road, like, all these people from other races are judging them by the stick that you have laid out. Is that fair? No, it's not. If you don't want to date a girl just because she's loud, if you don't want to date a girl, you know, for whatever dumb reasons that you like, it's cool. Don't date them, but don't judge all of us with one stick. And the thing is, like, if you're from London and if you're from East London, you know, I grew up with white girls that are even more quote unquote black than me. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. I know a lot of you are thinking, auntie, like, no, nobody can be more black than you. No, but trust me, like, if you grew up in London, you definitely went to a school, you know, that had, you know, that friend in your circle that is not black, but, you know, wants to eat all the jollof rice there is, wants to talk all the black slangs. I wasn't allowed to talk slang in my house, so I didn't even know the slang words and everything. Like, I grew up in an African home. I will get smacked, you know. So I just feel like race shouldn't really be anything when you're trying to get into a relationship. And remember, you going out with a white person, with a black person, with a Jamaican person, with a Nigerian person is not going to take away from the fact that you're Ghanaian. It's not going to take away from the fact that you're Nigerian. It's not going to bring any shame onto your family. It's not going to, you know, like if I see a black and white couple, I'm not looking at the girl like, oh, you sold out, oh, you sold out. Like, I'm not looking at the white person like, oh, like, you know, this is like this is like a prize or something. Because one guy actually told me that oh, he can't stand seeing black girls with white girls, with white guys, because basically to the white guy, the black girls are like prizes. But the thing is, if I'm a prize to a white guy, why should that bother a black guy who doesn't see me as a prize, but sees a white girl as a prize? Do you understand? Like, there's some double standards there that I just don't understand. It's like, it's okay for you to date outside the race, but then it's not okay for women to date outside the race. Like, if you was to love us the way that we should be loved, we won't be looking anywhere else. So that's all I've got to say on that. I'm gonna do another video on this because my friend, she's actually married to a white guy, so I would like to hear her take on this. But this is just my views on this whole thing. Like, by all means, look at the character of the person. Look at the integrity of the person. Identify your 5 standards that are important to you. And if that person meets that standard, forget what everybody else thinks, including your family. Because at the end of the day, after the wedding, everybody's gonna go home. You're the one that's gonna go home. Like, you're the one that's gonna go to the same house with your husband. So if you're gonna allow everybody else to have an opinion on your marriage, that's up to you. Because your mom wants you to marry a 6'4", you know, whatever guy. Your sister wants you to marry a banker. Your brother wants you to marry, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, they're not there when this guy is farting in the bed. They're not there, you know, God forbid, when this guy is beating you up, just because you chose to go with what everybody else wants and ignore what you want. Remember, once the music turns off, once the lights come off, you have to live with that person. So choose wisely. Thank you guys for listening. Yeah, have a good week. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week. Just stay safe, and remember to subscribe, watch and share, and leave your comments down below. Please give me some suggestions on how to make this more fun and how to make it more enjoyable for you, because I only do this for you. So, you know, thank you so much, guys. Bye.